It is no secret that the automotive industry is going all electric, with most major manufacturers saying that they're going to shift within the next couple of decades. One of the more ambitious goals was set by Volvo. They say in 7 years, by 2030, that they are going to have the full lineup of their vehicles all electric. They started last year in 2022 with the Volvo C40 Recharge, their first all-electric model. And today we've got a 2023 Volvo C40 Recharge. This is the twin all-wheel drive model, so let's take a look.
Unlike its XC40 sibling, which was designed to incorporate gasoline or electric powertrains, the C40 Recharge only comes as a full electric model. However, it does share its dual-motor powertrain with the XC40 as well as the Polestar 2, the latter being a vehicle that is in the same family of brands owned by the Geely Automotive Group. The C40 is basically the same size as its XC40 sibling, but the C40's roofline sits roughly 2 inches shorter. However, that doesn't affect the headroom for front passengers. The C40 actually has about 2 inches more space compared to the XC40 due to its built-from-the-ground-up EV platform. While the C40 has 8 color options to choose from, I did find that the Fusion Red on this C40 really stood out, especially in direct sunlight. The paint just sparkles. Volvo did a really great job with the styling for the C40 Recharge, the front and rear especially, with the incorporation of the Thor's Hammer running lights into the headlight assembly and the rear LED lights that say hello and goodbye with a lighting sequence. The C40 Recharge is offered in 3 trim levels for the 2023 model year. That includes the entry-level Core, Mid-Range Plus, and the top trim Ultimate, which I had for testing. Pricing starts at $56,395 on the Core and adds $1,550 for the Plus. And to move up to the Ultimate trim, it's an additional $4,800. And if I were shopping for a C40, I would go for that Ultimate trim. That trim is the only one to get a heat pump and the advanced driver assistance system with adaptive cruise control and Volvo's Pilot Assist lane keeping. There are a few other differences that I will get to later on. After the latest package of product updates, there are 2 drivetrain options for the C40, rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. There are now 2 different rear-wheel drive choices that replace the previous front-wheel drive option. These are powered by a single 175 kilowatt or 238 horsepower motor with the standard range 69 kilowatt hour battery option, or the choice to upgrade to a long-range 82 kilowatt hour battery pack that is combined with a 185 kilowatt or 251 horsepower motor. For those wanting increased traction and performance, Volvo is giving the dual-motor all-wheel drive powertrain a more efficient and powerful set of motors. In the front, they have a 117 kilowatt or 158 horsepower asynchronous electric motor, and on the rear axle, a 183 kilowatt or 249 horsepower permanent magnet motor, good for a combined power rating of 402 horsepower. That's the same power rating as before, but now it's biased towards the rear of the vehicle. And if you've done the math there and realized that 158 plus 249 equals 407, not 402, yeah, I noticed that too, and I'm sure someone out there smarter than me can explain why they still rate the C40 officially at 402 horsepower. 0 to 60 comes in at roughly 4.5 seconds, but I have seen some tests that are showing closer to 4.2 seconds, and using all of the available 487 pound-feet of torque, the C40 Recharge will run the full quarter mile in 12.8 seconds at 109 miles per hour before hitting its limited top speed of 112. The rear-wheel drive C40 standard range with the smaller battery pack has an EPA estimated range of 245 miles on a single charge, which isn't bad, but if you want more, the long-range single motor is the way to go with a 275-mile EPA estimate. That's not best in class, but it's more than enough for most people to cover their daily driving needs. The all-wheel drive option for those who can drive it efficiently without succumbing to the temptation of pressing their right foot to the floor should return roughly the same 275-mile estimate as it is paired with the larger battery. Charging speeds were also improved with the recent update that allows for charging at a peak rate of 200 kilowatts. Volvo says a 10 to 80% charge takes approximately 28 minutes on a DC fast charger. The interior of the C40 Recharge is cozy, but not cramped. There is plenty of space for all passengers front and rear, provided that you aren't looking to stretch out and move around while driving. Styling is premium and consistent with its class, but one thing that is unique to the C40 is the textured topography across the dash and door panels that can be backlit for a really neat effect, especially in the dark. Topography is inspired by the scenic mountain district Abisko in northern Sweden. The seats are super comfortable and would be great for a longer road trip. For the ultimate trim, they are heated even in the back, and the steering wheel is also heated on this top trim level. The rear seats do fold down in a 40-60 split, and it has a pass-through built into the middle of the seats when in their normal position. The large panoramic roof adds a feeling of spaciousness, but because it has protective UV coating, you and the interior are protected from glare and UV radiation from the sun. Positioned in the center of the car is a 9-inch screen and infotainment system that features Google apps like Google Assistant, Google Maps, and Google Play built in and standard. I found myself quickly getting comfortable using the Google Assistant when driving. Hey Google, change the fan speed to 2.
Got it. Changing the fan speed to 2.
Passengers' ears will be delighted by the premium Harman Kardon sound system powered by a 600-watt digital amp that outputs sound to 13 high-fidelity speakers that include an air-ventilated subwoofer. The Volvo C40 Recharge comes with a plethora of standard safety features, including 360-degree parking view, cross-traffic alerts and auto braking, blind spot notifications and corrective steering, collision warning with automatic braking, and Volvo's most advanced adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist features. So overall, I really liked the C40 Recharge and would rank it as one of the top 5 vehicles that I would consider if I were looking to buy. The twin all-wheel drive in Ultimate trim might be the most expensive, but it's worth every penny and provides such a value over the lower trims. I found the performance to be exhilarating and it was a blast to drive. There were really only a couple of things that I would change about the C40. Rear visibility through the rearview mirror was significantly limited due to the sloped roof, and I wish the front trunk were bigger. But other than being nitpicky, I really found very little to complain about. It's a fantastic option, and anyone shopping in the compact SUV market shouldn't buy anything else without testing out the Volvo C40 first. Before ending, I want to give a huge thank you to Daniel Kutcher and the team at Volvo Cars of Richmond. Daniel actually made it possible for me to spend time with this C40, and I'm so very grateful to have had the experience. I've known Daniel for a little while, and he is one of the most selfless people I know. So if you are in the market for a vehicle, even if you're not here in the Richmond area, I really suggest you reach out to him and ask what Volvo can do for you.